Hi guys, I'm Nicole Kauffman and welcome to my channel. It has been a little while since I have updated you on my cloth diaper journey, where I'm at, how it's going, and why I still use them and still love them. So today I'm going to be doing just that. I'm going to share a little bit about the pros and cons that I still think. It's been a little over a year since I started using them. So a year into it, tried and tested thoughts, not just my beginning excitement thoughts, which I did share in previous videos, which I'll link below. So I'm just going to kind of tell you a little bit about what I'm doing now, the routine that I've worked into now that we're a year into it, and what I still love and what I still struggle with. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so my little guy is now 16 months. I don't remember exactly when I started using them, but it has been about a year, and I still really like them. So honestly, I would still recommend them, but they are a lot of work. So I think that you definitely have to have the right mindset going into it, and you have to be prepared for all of that work. So what we pretty much do is we use pocket diapers. So I know I've shared this before, but I will just share again. Pocket diapers, if you don't know, they're the ones that have the insert like in the pocket of the diaper. So I have a pack of the Alva Babies, which is what I started with and recommended starting with because they were pretty cheap, just to kind of test it out to see, is this something I even want to do? And I share more about that in this video. But I have the Alva Babies, and then I also have the Nora's Nursery for the pocket diapers. And I had gotten an extra pack of these bamboo inserts. I'll link all of these things below, that are more absorbent, and so I love them. So we kind of use pocket diapers, and here's why I like them better. So I also had gotten some all-in-ones, and I compared them in a previous video, which I'll link here. But the all-in-ones that I have been using, my sister actually found some of these on sale for me. It's the Bum Genius brand. Let's see. And they have two inserts in them, and I mean, honestly, they are a lot easier. The snaps are a little different. There's only two on the front versus the Alva Baby or the pocket diapers, which have like the three. So they're a little bit easier. And I had originally mentioned that my main hesitation with the all-in-ones is that they leak. So I haven't really had that problem since. I don't know if that's changing the like pee patterns that babies have as they get older or what, but I haven't really had that problem. So here's the reason that I like the pocket diapers more at this point, and I would love to hear your thoughts below if you use pocket diapers versus all-in-ones and which ones you like better. But for me, I really like the customizability, if that's a word, of the pocket diapers. So what I do is during the day, I'll just use one insert in the pocket diapers. And again, I bought these inserts separately. They're not the regular microfiber ones that came with the Alva Baby. They're the ones that come with the Nora's Nursery because they're bamboo, so they're more absorbent. So during the day, I will just put one in the pocket diapers, and I do change him more frequently, and that's something I'll get to more in a minute, but changing them more frequently is what pretty much prevents the leaks, and it's kind of something you just have to do with pocket diapers and cloth diapers in general, because I don't know about you, but my little guy pees a lot. So changing them every 2 hours at a minimum is kind of like what you have to do anyways with cloth diapers. So I like these because they're thinner. So these by themselves are obviously super, super thin. Like they're just like two little thin layers of material. And these are also pretty thin. So when I put the cloth diapers on him, this style, it's a lot thinner than this one because it has like the two layers in it. And so honestly, these are not thick enough. They don't absorb enough because this is not the bamboo. They don't absorb enough to last for a nap time, which I'll get to in a second. But they're bigger and bulkier, and I still have to change them every 2 hours anyway. So they last a little bit longer because they have the two, if I'm just using them during the day. But for nap time, what I end up doing, which I have one here, is I double up. I'll put the two inserts. There's two in this one. I'll put two inserts in, and that pretty much lasts him for a nap time. And it's, you know, really big and bulky, but he's sleeping. So yeah, I use the same diapers and I just double up for nap time, and that has been what's working for us. So that's kind of what we do. We use pocket diapers. Honestly, I'm a huge fan of the plain colors. I like the grays, the whites, the blues the most. I do have a couple fun patterns. This one's like a little baby Einstein one, and it's super cute, but honestly, I just like the plain colors. If I could have all like whites and grays, I would. So I probably will continue to invest in those in the future. I think the fun ones are exciting, and maybe in the summer, like he'll be in just a diaper more, and that would be more fun. But you know, normally I like to just be able to have him in a basic one. Now to share what we do for bedtime and also when we go out. So for bedtime, I actually ended up using, this is the Diaper, DYPER brand, and I ended up just deciding to go with disposables at night because he does pee a lot and I was having a lot of leaks, and I know there's a lot that we can do, which I should try, but in the beginning, after having, you know, being sleep deprived for so long, I was just like, I need sleep and I don't want to have to go in because his diaper's leaking. So I never ended up trying any of those methods. So that's something I maybe should try now, or maybe we'll try with the next one. But honestly, the diaper brand, DYPER, they're bamboo, they're natural. I just size up, like this is literally the extra large, and he would be in like the medium size right now. So I size up 2 sizes to the biggest one possible, so it's huge on him, instead of getting like the overnights. And you can get, when you first sign up, you can get 50, I've seen 70% off. So you're getting them so close to like the price of regular cheap diapers. So to me, I'll just buy like a huge, like as many as you can, like the biggest subscription, and then I'll end up canceling my subscription, and they last us for a really long time. So that's kind of what we've done for the nighttime diapers. I've tried a bunch of different other brands and I've loved them, but I do like the diaper one. I like that they don't smell, and I like that they absorb a lot, and that they're made of just natural materials. So that's what we use at nighttime. During the day, I buy the Target brand diapers. When we're going places, I'll usually put him in that. And when he's at like my mother-in-law's, when she watches him, we use those. When somebody else is watching him, I will put him in these Target diapers. And when we go places, like we go to church on Sunday, like we put him in the Target ones. They're easier, and just for a little bit, like I end up buying maybe like 1 or 2 of the small packs each month. And that's like less, they're like $4.59 a pack, depending on the size. But so I do use those when we're going out, just because, you know, you don't want to be dealing with leaks. You don't want to be dealing with like carrying them all. And I know some people do, but that's what we do. So that's kind of like our routine that works for us. And that's kind of the routine we've fallen into a year after using them, and just the things that I've found that work for us. So a couple of random things that help with cloth diapering. So these, which I'll have to find the exact one. I tried a couple different ones. These you use to line the diaper. So I actually take this and I cut them in half. I don't have any cut in half right now, but I'll take a bunch, cut them all in half, and put them in the drawer. And what you essentially do is you have your diaper, this is really big, I do half, and you lay it on top. So when they poop, you can just like scoop this up and throw that away. And it makes it really easy. Honestly, for the most part, we went from having the breastfed poops, which are liquid and you can throw all of that into the wash, it goes away. That can be washed out just fine. And then once you start doing solid foods, I was actually really nervous about it, but most of the time the poop, I can just like take the diaper and dump it in the trash, or take a wipe and pick it up and throw it in the trash. Obviously it's not as nice as having a disposable diaper where you just like wrap it up and throw it all away, but so it is a little bit of work. There's probably been, I could probably say less than 5 times that I've had to go and actually dump this in the toilet, and you kind of just, I don't even know if I do it right, but I actually take the insert out and put that in the wet dry bag and take it and kind of hold it by like this, these kind of come apart. I'll hold it by this and just kind of like splash it around in the toilet, flush it, splash it around while it's flushing, and then just like roll it all up and put it in the thing. So my hands barely get dirty doing that. Like maybe they get a little wet, but for the most part, it is, I mean, I wash my hands, but it's pretty like sanitary, I guess. So for the most part, I use these if I ever forget, like, and I honestly don't use them all the time. Sometimes I'll get out of the habit and it's fine, and then I'll get one poop that's a little bit messier, and I'm like, shoot, I should be using these. So then I start using these again. So I've gone back and forth. I bought this roll when I started, and I still have a ton left. Like they're really thin. So this is, I probably have only used half. So buying one roll has lasted me. And it just depends again on your little one's pooping schedule. Sometimes you know when they're going to poop. Sometimes I'll just like have a feeling I think he's going to poop like this diaper. So I'll put one in and then he does. And sometimes I use them like every diaper of the day. So I kind of just ebb and flow with how much I use them. But I do like having them. It's nice. It makes it way easier for cleanup. And then I also still feel like I'm saving a lot with not using so many diapers. Now, the other thing that I love is cloth wipes. So I will show you how I fold them in a second, but I can't. Here we go. I bought these, which I'll link to these. I love them. I just bought another pack because I like having extra because I would run out and then end up using just regular wipes because I didn't have these like washed and folded. But they're really easy. They're really basic. This is one of my favorite parts of cloth diapering because I feel like you spend so much money on baby wipes, and I ended up wanting to go with like the Water Wipes brand, which is more expensive for several reasons. So I bought these 2 packs, honestly, is what I feel like helps me. Now, you literally just fold them like over each other, like in half over each other, and then I stick them in here and you can just like pull them out. So you stick them in here, fill it with, I'll do water mixed with a little bit of cast iron soap. You can use whatever soap you use for your family. And then I have this and use this. Now, honestly, if it's a really messy poopy diaper, I'll just use a regular wipe because I don't want to deal with cleaning these even more than I need to. And I don't like having poop on my hands. So if I have a messy diaper, I'll try everything I can to avoid that. So I do use these, I would say 80% of the time. And then if he does have a messy poopy diaper, I'll use a regular wipe first and then use one of these to like finish up, I guess, because I use a couple wipes. I guess we all probably use a couple wipes for messy diapers. So I love the cloth wipes. So that's kind of all the tips that I have at this point. So let me tell you about the challenges that I think I still face and kind of the things that I still love about cloth diapering. So I guess the main challenge would be changing him more frequently. It is a little bit more of a pain. Obviously, like you have to deal with, you can't just scoop it all up, throw it away. You have to deal with, if the diaper is really messy, you have to rinse it off, or getting them all in the wet dry bag, taking the inserts out. Like the pocket diapers are that extra step, which in my pocket diaper comparison video, I showed a lot about how I do that. And honestly, half the time I don't even fold all the diapers and put them away when they're washed. I'll just have them all like in a pile and I'll just grab this and stick it in real quick, like while he's laying on the changing table. It takes like less than 30 seconds. So it's hard to get myself to sit down and fold them all when I could just do it as I go. So I go through different kicks on the way that I do it. But changing them more frequently is definitely one of the downsides and kind of a pain sometimes. And honestly, the leaks, I do get a lot of leaks. So it's not like terrible, and I've kind of just, learned to cope with it. Like I wanted to say before that you get comfortable with what you're using, you get used to what you're using. And so I use the pocket diapers and I've just gotten used to them, so I'm comfortable with them. I pretty much got into the habit of putting on shirts that don't button underneath, because if you do the button underneath, then if the diaper leaks, the shirt and the pants get wet. So it's not like the leaks aren't that bad. I'll notice it, like I'll go to pick them up and I'll notice that it's starting to leak, and so you just have to change their pants. So, in the summer, extra shorts, or in the winter, extra pants. So I'll just like throw the pants away and get a new pair. It's not that hard. I'm home most days, so it's not something that's too much of an inconvenience. We only have like 3 sheets for the bed and we only have 1 sleep sack. So we're doing laundry like pretty frequently anyways. So we end up, that's just what works for us. So leaks are kind of a pain. They happen. It's just a part of cloth diapering. I would say I don't even honestly remember the breastfeeding days, like the exclusive breastfeeding days. And if we had a lot of poop leaks, I don't remember very many. But I've never had a poop leak ever since we started Solid Foods, and maybe once or twice a week I'll have to, out of all of the diapers we use, I'll have to just like, get a new pair of pants. But it's nothing messy, it's nothing like super inconvenient. It's just like, oh shoot, they just started leaking, I'll need to change his pants. So I've learned to deal with them. It's not like that big of a deal to me. The benefits of cloth diapering definitely outweigh like the dealing with the leaks and changing more frequently. I've definitely just gotten into the habit of using cloth diapers and I really love it. One of the downsides that I think depends on your specific situation is it does take a lot of washing. So you have to run the washer a lot. Figuring out your wash routine is really, really tricky, and it's taken me quite a while and I still am not totally happy with it. So one of the reasons I started cloth diapering is because I'm really trying to use less chemicals in my home and I wanted to use a more natural diaper option, and a lot of the natural diaper options are pricey. So I started trying cloth diapers. So right now I use the 7th generation Ultra detergent, and it works. I end up, because of how my washer is and because of how our water is, I haven't tested it yet. I'd like to get more into that. I just haven't. I use that and I run it on like a heavy duty cycle. So it's like extra long. So it's like, I think it's like 119 minutes. We have a well, so that's not really a problem for us. But because of our water, I think if you have hard water, there's a lot more detergent buildup. And so because of our water, and because of like the specific detergent I'm using, it does build up. So I end up then running it through an extra rinse cycle after that. Sometimes I'll do like just a regular wash cycle, which is like 40 minutes. And I see soap still coming out of the diaper. So if you have any tips for that, please comment below and share, because I'm still struggling. But washing is definitely tough. It's tough to figure out your specific routine. It was probably the one thing that made me want to give up, because I wasn't figuring it out. The diapers were leaking like crazy because there was detergent buildup. So at this point, I've just been compensating by running them an extra cycle. I had tried all the things. I tried stripping, which I use these pods, and I'll link them below. And I've actually used them for like other clothes in our house too, like gym clothes and dirty towels and stuff that have like buildup on them. So I've tried that. I don't feel like it made a huge difference with the cloth diapers, but I do feel like it was a good like clean slate. Like I tried a couple detergents, they weren't working. So I did that. It was like a clean slate, stripped them, and then started again. And I actually haven't had to do that for a couple of months now. I just run them through that extra wash cycle and don't add soap, and it just rinses out like even more soap from the diapers. So that's what I've been doing. Figuring out your wash routine, like I said, is just, it's tough. It takes a lot of perseverance, a lot of research, a lot of trying different things. Especially, I know Tide has been recommended, and that probably works great for people like right off the bat, but I'm trying to avoid the chemicals, and that was the whole reason of doing this. So I really tried hard to find a more natural option. 7th generation is like, okay. Like they have some stuff in it that aren't like really good, and then they also have like a lot of better ingredients. So I feel like it's like a middle ground, and I'd like to definitely take it to the next step. So I'm going to be trying the Thieves. So yeah, let me know if you have any tips for me based on like what I'm explaining my situation. I'd love to hear any tips for a wash routine. I know it's different. Everybody finds something different that works for them and their specific washer and their specific diapers. So I would love to hear any input. So these are some of the things that I love about them, because I want to convince you to use them, because I do really enjoy them. So some of the things that I love about cloth diapers. So I started this journey, like I said before, as a way to move away from some of the chemical products in our household. I know for me, that's something that has drastically changed my health. I've done a lot of research into the topic of epigenetics, which is a really big word to pretty much say that your environment affects your health. And I just know that I want to create the best environment that I can within my home for my children. And so when I was, researching diapers and learning about all of the chemicals they use in diapers and a lot of the things that don't have any research to show the safety of, I just really felt strongly about trying to find a more natural option. However, like I said, some of these more natural options can get pricey if you're using them all day, every day. So I ended up trying cloth diapers, and I love them. And it's honestly something that is definitely enough of a motivation for me to keep going, because I know that like these, you can get whatever material you want. These aren't organic, and I'd like to get some. We're on a budget, so we have not yet gotten the nicer ones because they're a little bit more pricey, but I use these bamboo and cotton, and these it's these materials, and then whatever detergent I choose to use, like that is what is going on my baby's butt. And I just feel good about knowing what it is and knowing like what he's sitting in when it's wet. So that for me like is really important, and that's kind of what motivated me to get started and what has motivated me to keep going even through all of the leaks and washing issues and everything. And I'm just really happy with that. So that's kind of my main motivation, and one of the biggest reasons I would say try cloth diapering, because you know exactly what's going on your baby's butt every single day, all hours of the day. And it's just something that I think is really, really important to consider. And if you have the ability to try cloth diapering, I would say go for it, because honestly, it's made a huge difference for us, and I love it. And I do love like everything about it, even the struggles, because it's fun. It's a challenge. Working on your natural wellness is definitely a challenge. The other thing that is definitely a benefit is you're not spending all this money on diapers. Initially you are. Initially it's an investment, but if you use each diaper a certain amount of time, then it's like almost like a wash. And if you use them more than that, then you're saving money. And so I know for the first kid, it took a little while for it to like even out and be worth it, because depending on what brand you use, depending on what kind you buy, some of them are really pricey. So I feel like it was definitely worth it for us. We've used them now long enough that they're worth it and we're saving money. Like I said, we do buy diapers for at night and we do buy Target diapers for when we're out and about, but for the most part we use these at home, and it really is a money saver, and it's so nice not wasting so much trash, like throwing away so many diapers. That killed me when I'd put a diaper on him and he'd like poop right away, and I'd be like, I just put that on you and now we're throwing it away. Like, it just like, I love that, like, if I'm putting a diaper on him for like 15 minutes before his bath, I don't have to throw it away. Like, I could just wash it and reuse it. So that feels really good too. So I think that's everything for now. That's our 1 year and however many months update after starting cloth diapers. I do love them. I definitely recommend them. They are a lot of work, and I think being home has really helped me to be able to use them. But again, if your family is invested in helping you, if whoever is watching your children during the day is invested in doing that, then I think that would make that a possibility. What I think everyone has to decide what's best for their family, and this has just been what's best for us. I'm happy to answer any questions. I'm also over on Instagram, so check me out there. I love hearing from you guys. If you have any questions or specific suggestions, please reach out to me there. And I'm hoping to share more about this journey over there and maybe save it in a story highlight. So maybe by the time you hop over there, maybe I'll have some shared over there. But definitely reach out to me. Definitely comment below any suggestions, any questions that you have, and I will see you guys next time.